Look at us drinking coffee. What? Who are we right now?
Mine's Irish coffee.
Oh
shoot! Let's
do
this first before I take my first sip.
Welcome back to another episode of the Know Nothing Show.
I missed the beer. Just kidding. No, this is good.
This is good.
This
is
really good.
I really like this.
It is. I would like to point out it is probably 96 degrees outside.
It is. And drinking hot black coffee may not be up everyone's alley, but the things we do for the show.
I know, because we have a great coffee to talk about.
We have a fantastic coffee to talk about.
I gotta drink a little bit more before I can give an accurate.
Yes. Yeah.
But it is. I will say it is coffee I've had before.
Full disclosure, it's my go-to homebrew, so I'm pretty well versed on this one.
Looking good so far.
But we are going to hold off, so stick around until the end if you want to find out what we think about this coffee.
Speaking of coffee, the milkman.
You know what this coffee needs? A little milk.
Yeah.
No, it's perfect.
We got an interesting one today. This one is out of left field.
This one surprised me.
Still don't know 100% what you think.
I'm going to point out, I had zero intention of watching this show. The show that we were talking about. Roll the clip. I'm super worried about it being on Peacock. It should be super rated R. It should be made by Max, not by Peacock. This show is going to suck. And Grand Turismo was going to suck, and the video game adaptation world continues to suffer. I think I actually was talking some smack about this show.
Yeah.
The show that we're talking about is Twisted Metal.
This is going to be fun. Peekaboo.
For the most part, we weren't going to watch it.
I said no.
And my cousin called me up. He's like, dude, listen, just give me 10 minutes of your time. I said, all right, what do you got? Told me about it. He's like, this is what I think you should do. And I said, 100%. I said, no further information is needed.
Yeah.
If you want me to watch this, I'll put it on right now. And I put the show on that night.
We should say that if someone calls us up and recommends something, we do take it to heart.
100%.
So, like, we don't just ask for recommendations for the fun of it.
Yeah, because it's cool.
Especially something that I was like, no. Not going to do it.
Yes, yeah, and I think that's the most important thing, too, is if we are talking shit, you're like, okay, well, you haven't seen it, so can you really talk what you're talking until you've seen it? So let us know if there's something like, you guys got to check this out.
Yes.
I saw your old review, you said some smack, whatever, let us know.
Yeah, how about seeing it from this perspective? So
that's helpful.
So that's what Cousin Steven did.
Yeah.
He called us up and said, hey, I know you said you weren't interested, but hear me out.
Yeah.
And he told us, here's the recipe, right? And I was delighted because he said, this is the way you watch Twisted Metal. Okay, he told us, start at the end.
Correct.
And then go back to the beginning.
And that's what you did.
That's what I did.
But I did not. And I told him that too. I said, well, I went episode 1, Sam went episode 10 first.
Yeah.
And started.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
That's a crazy thing to say to somebody. But you know what I loved about it?
Yeah.
Is that we are very quick to write off movies and shows, right? And we never, it's like we don't even possess, like, the creative brain to say, hey, maybe there's a better way to go about this so I can enjoy it more. And Steven was like, you know what? I know how to fix this. This is what you do.
But he told me too. He was like, dude, we played this game growing up. Why would you not? He's like, we've done this before. And I was like, you're right, man. You're right. Like 100%.
We were just we're hating on it.
But I threw it on that night.
Yeah, good.
I got off the phone and I'm like, I watched the first 3 episodes of the show.
And what did you think? You saw it traditionally. Started episode 1. So you see 3 right off the bat. What do you think by end of episode 3?
I was just so curious.
Okay.
Every episode left me so curious as to what was going to happen.
You just have to continue to keep going. You just have to keep going.
Because there was I feel like a couple crazy events in every episode that I'm like, well, now what's going to happen to them?
Yeah.
You can think the first episode, it was quiet and her brother gets killed or kills himself.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoa, well, where is she going to go now?
Right.
Like, what is going to... And then, that leads me into the next episode. So every episode left me so curious.
Right.
And almost anxious to kind of want to know what was going to happen.
I get that.
I from the jump, I was very invested in it.
Ooh, okay.
I was very...
Which is huge. Yeah, that's really big.
And that's what gets somebody through a 10-episode series.
Yeah.
is you almost have to do. Well, that's gonna sound like a dumb sentence, but you have to do every episode individually.
Yeah.
Like it has to be its own. I know that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
But you can't.
Has to be its own story, right?
Yeah, you have to make that episode its own thing. That way you want to watch the next episode.
Yes,
So you got to
yeah.
do the little cliffhanger at the end of every episode,
Right.
which a lot of series don't do. They're like, well, you're on episode 6, so now you have to watch No, I don't. I've abandoned a lot of series.
I can stop right now.
Because you leave nothing to the imagination for me to want to continue.
Yeah, there's nothing to be desired.
And Twisted Metal left me very interested in what was going to happen next.
Ooh, that's interesting.
So I had a good time.
Well, I will say this. I don't think I would have continued watching the show if I had started on episode 1. I think I would have abandoned it very quickly.
There we go. Okay.
Because this is why. This show has nothing to do with Twisted Metal, the video game.
No.
Right?
No.
And that...
Until the 10th episode. Until the 10th episode.
Until the 10th episode.
Okay, I remember playing
there's
this.
zero about this show that's Twisted Metal other than the characters.
Yes.
And the fact that they have vehicles that have guns on them.
Yeah.
Right? Because we're in a post-apocalyptic world. Mm-hmm. And what they're more interested in doing is explaining why they're in a post-apocalyptic world and what that world looks like. Mm-hmm. And that's fine. Yeah. But this show should have been called The Milkman. And then it would have been about the right thing. We know, we talked on a previous episode about Blue Beetle being called Blue Beetle, and it's about Blue Beetle. Yeah. And now I'm watching a show called Twisted Metal that's not about Twisted Metal. Yeah. Right. And so I can tell you, if I started at 1, I would have been like, stupid, turning it off right now. Yeah. But then Steven calls me up and says, start at 10. Yeah.
And then you'll
I see
want
10,
to get to 10,
and then I'm good. And then because 10 literally ends with, hey, the next season is all Twisted Metal.
Is going to
That's
be
what
the
you're
video
going to
game
get.
Twisted Metal.
The next one.
But I am also okay with that.
And that's interesting.
I am okay with
that. That's so
that.
interesting because I am not. I am okay with that. I don't like it when we're like, this is not what this is. Yeah. And
because if you were to call it the Milkman, people have zero idea what that is.
Oh,
so,
yeah,
so now you're banking on people like Anthony Mackie, or watching it for whatever reason. Yeah. I think the only reason Steven watched it is because it was called Twisted Metal.
Absolutely.
And that's, I think, for this purpose. I get it I understand that view from a lot of other stuff. But I think for this, it's like nobody else is going to know what the heck this is if you don't call it a familiar name.
But it takes a lot of guts to make a show about one thing and then call it another
Something
thing
else. Yeah.
and then hope you have an audience that gets you to the next season. That is risky.
So you think we're going to see a season 2?
I think so because it's Peacock, and Peacock because this show was streaming only and the dollar amount to get in is so low. Yeah. I think we're going to get a second season.
I hope so. I mean, I'd probably watch a season 2.
It doesn't cost a lot, so it's going to get us.
I think is how you say your last name.
I think so. Yeah.
Again,
her and Anthony Mackie do great.
Yeah, I mean, and they are the focal point of everything.
I mean, but you said it right to me originally, which this is a Peacock show. Right?
Oh yes, for
and
sure.
This is and it is Peacock acting.
And it's Peacock budget. It's Peacock everything.
Peacock everything. Yeah.
But to me, I wasn't going in like I'm not mad at that.
No,
because I know exactly what it is.
Yeah, because again, what it cost you to get there
was what it looks
nothing.
like. Yeah. But for her and I am me and one of my friends are like the biggest Brooklyn Nine-Nine fans.
Oh,
from like here to forever.
Oh, that's cool.
Like I'm down for like the reunion special.
Yeah.
Like if they ever go on tour or something, I'm like front row seats. Like the whole
deal.
Absolutely love that show. And again, not her fault, but I'm like Rosa Diaz, can't shake her. Like that is just her forever. Everything she's saying, everything she's doing.
So you always hear her.
Is like Rosa Diaz from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah. So that's what you think of. Yeah.
And that's why it was a huge bummer for me because she played the part really well.
Yeah.
But she is still like just angry, like Rosa walks around. I'm like, I don't want to see that, but that's just what I'm seeing.
Okay,
and it's not her fault. Didn't see Falcon though, at all.
Oh, I didn't either.
Didn't see Falcon. So, Anthony Mackie was doing his own thing.
Yeah.
New guy.
What about oh my gosh, Scream actress. Her name is
Jenna Ortega. Just kidding.
Nev Campbell.
Yeah.
Nev Campbell. And so her
she
little.
Was very menacing.
She's only like in episode 1 in
10.
10, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So she's not in it a lot.
But you don't see
But I mean,
Yeah.
I'll say this, and I'll be completely honest. Like, she was a better villain than Susan Sarandon was in Blue Beetle.
Oh,
Like, sorry.
Yay. I
Like
agree.
I was actually
I agree.
afraid of her.
I agree.
Like
Yeah.
when she opened the ice cream at the end, and she was like, this is not what I
When
ordered.
in episode 1, when she
whatever.
hands over the baby and she's like, ugh.
Yeah,
I
like
was
all right,
like,
we're
oh,
done.
okay.
And she like fires the guy, and I'm like, jeez. But
Yeah,
like she
I
was,
love it,
I'm
yeah.
like, ooh, I don't really want to mess with her. Like that's. So she did a good job.
Yeah.
But I mean, I enjoy it. It's a Peacock show
it
at
is.
Peacock budget and Peacock.
Yeah,
crew
but the
and
price of
everything.
admission is $5.
Yeah.
Right? Or $10 if you want a good experience. It's like sit two people down.
30-minute episodes. It's so
like,
quick. It's
so,
super easy.
Yeah, like
Some of the action was even like pretty violent at times, and I was like, "Whoa, all right!"
it does go there.
Cool. That was pretty brutal, you know.
It is, and I always appreciate it when. So obviously they what they do get right with the Twisted Metal name is they keep the essence of it, right?
Yeah.
Like it is obviously like a dark and grim story, and at least we keep that essence live in this show, which
Yeah.
I do appreciate because it is. There's some scenes where we're like, dang, like when we see her brother. Her and her brother in the restaurant in the post-apocalyptic world, right? But
Ooh, yeah.
like it's a tough, like that's a rough situation, yeah. And again, it's more speaking about humanity than it is about cars shooting guns. But it was risky. I feel like it paid off. I'm happy I watched it.
And I think for me, definitely standout cast member was Evelyn.
I agree. Yeah.
Oh gosh, I don't know the exact 2006 maybe. Subaru.
I've never
Just a
wanted
gorgeous
it.
car.
I've never wanted a Subaru before.
I will never drive a WRX
Okay,
ever.
I was
I
like-
don't like them.
Oh my
But-
gosh. I have a friend.
I'm taking
Yeah.
a 2005 Subaru over a current one, and
Ooh.
the Subaru community, because I have a couple friends in it.
Yeah.
It runs deep, so I might.
Oh yeah, I mean, I had a friend in high school, and up to this day, I'm like his dad had a WRX. He went out and bought a WRX when he was an adult. Like it's like it was like passed down to him.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like it's deep. Like
it runs. It's crazy.
It's crazy,
But
yeah.
I want to say it's a 2005, 2000. I don't know for sure. If I'm
Oh,
wrong, please correct
man.
me. So I think it's just a gorgeous car. I wouldn't drive one, but I think it looks really, really beautiful in the show and the way the scenery
Yeah.
is with its like weirdish
and
type
the-
of color.
and it's strange.
I really it is a
It
character.
is. It's like a burnt orange. Or
Yeah,
something. Yeah.
But it is very clearly from episode 8.
Oh yeah.
It like is a character in this show.
Yes,
like that car,
definitely.
he like lived in it. And,
But
like,
because
grew
they
up in
are
this
characters,
car.
they are
Yeah.
like you picked cars in the video game based on the way they looked.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
like
'cause it was the coolest
That's
car.
why
Yeah.
you were like, oh, this is. And again, so something else they got right was giving the cars character as well.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of fun stuff. I can't wait for season 2.
I'll watch
I'm
it.
so
just
happy
because I'm
Steven.
curious.
Yes,
now.
me too. I'm so happy Steven recommended it.
And I also feel like, and I know it's Peacock. We've said it a bunch of times, but this would be a great show to have some like wicked cameos in.
Yeah, that would be
Like
awesome.
to like, oh, you know, so they're doing the season 2 stuff. They're doing the
it's
races.
like as different drivers
and like
stuff. Yeah.
Dominic Toretto pulls or something, and he's like, like whatever. And
Yeah.
you're like, why is Dominic Toretto?
Dude, that would be amazing. The way Call
Or
of Duty
like,
does, or the way like Mortal Kombat does
yeah,
characters.
exactly. Yeah.
yeah.
Or like now the kid from Gran Turismo. I don't know his
Oh,
name.
I don't know his name.
But like
either.
that
But
kid.
that would be awesome.
So in
yes.
season 2, after Gran Turismo's been
and that's
out,
a Sony
yeah,
deal too.
So have
yeah.
him pull up in whatever. I haven't seen Gran Turismo yet; it's not out. But whatever car he drives, I think it's I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is. Either.
But if he pulls up in that from Gran Turismo,
That
the
would
movie,
be
like,
awesome.
dude, how funny would that be?
that would be awesome.
I know they won't because of budget and like you gotta
Yeah,
pay
but-
these people. But how funny would it be to have
Yes,
like Mario Kart or
I was
something
gonna
would
say-
be
yeah,
funny. Like,
but
I
what
don't
you're
know.
saying,
I know
though,
it's proper. Like whatever.
I know what you're saying. But there's like a Twisted Metal video game idea out there where they could easily do that. They could bring in all of these funny different
And
cars.
just one an episode, like not
Yeah,
even
yeah.
all, or even maybe do it all episode 10 of season 2 or whatever.
Yeah, and just
for
like,
one big
funny
race,
stuff.
have all
Yeah,
these
just hilarious
have all
stuff.
these cameo
That
people
would be
show
so
up.
funny.
I think it would be so funny because no, they show it at the end, all the characters that are going to participate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
One of
We
them
see
died.
Axel.
I don't understand how. Like her picture was there at the end.
Oh, who?
She like
I didn't
died.
catch it.
The girl from Saturday Night Live. When they
Wh-
met him in the bar. when she attacked him.
Yeah.
She was like murdered, so I don't know why her picture is up there. But I guess they didn't know
She was a
murdered.
character in the game too, and I forget.
Yeah,
the red rosemary. I can't remember now.
I know.
Yes,
You know what I'm talking about.
Yes, Bloody Mary.
And we didn't even talk about the big bad.
Hayden
Christensen.
Hayden Church.
Will Arnett's. Oh gosh.
Is that who am I thinking about? The same person?
The big bad clown.
Oh,
what is his
you're talking
name?
about Sweet Tooth.
Sweet Tooth. Damn it.
Oh no, I thought you were talking
Damn
about Christian Hayden Church. I thought you were talking about the police guy.
Oh no, I was thinking of Sweet Tooth. I couldn't remember his name.
No, Sweet Tooth was fantastic.
Sweet Tooth did such a good job. I didn't know Will Arnett was the voice.
Yeah, he was the voice of Sweet Tooth, and he did a great job.
But yeah, he did a great job.
Yeah.
The wrestler, I feel like I've seen his name somewhere.
I don't know who
remember
that is
him
at all, but
he
yeah.
looked familiar. I couldn't remember.
Yes.
But
Thomas Hayden Church. Sorry.
Yes. Hayden Christensen. Anakin.
Yeah. Anakin Skywalker. No, Sandman. But yes.
But again, it was
great job.
for me good for 10 episodes, 30 minutes apiece. Like I truly enjoyed it. I love the recommend. I love that somebody's like, please let me know.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, dude, we'll put it on the show, guy.
It.
Like we will put it on the show. Let you know exactly what I truly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I'm like all down for season 2 because I think they can do a lot of fun stuff.
They're gonna have a great time.
And depending on what feedback was and streaming numbers and stuff, if they were good, which I don't know, maybe they'll be more open to doing.
They just need to be good enough.
Yeah,
just need to be good enough.
That's all it has to be. But I'm excited, so we'll see.
So one thing you brought
we'll
up,
what it is.
Yeah, I cannot wait. But you did bring up the next movie that we're gonna see, which is also a video game movie, which is Gran Turismo.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm wondering why you choose to make Gran Turismo a movie and why you make something like Twisted Metal a show, which I think is appropriate. Twisted Metal does need to be a show.
Yeah.
But now we have this whole is it a movie? Is it a show? We just saw The Last of Us, which again also needed to be a show.
Post-apocalyptic.
Definitely needed to be a show.
Yeah.
Right. And so where are we going from here with movies? I mean, with video game adaptations? Are we doing movies?
Yeah.
Are we doing shows?
So,
where are we at?
big debate broke out
Oh.
that I was not aware of.
All right.
They're like, well, why didn't Horizon get a movie? Because again, I'm not trying to. I'm not a big.
That's Microsoft.
I'm
though.
not like a big thing. All right. So I didn't play every game, like whatever.
Yeah.
From my very limited experience, Horizon's a better game, like by far. I think.
Well, it's more fun.
It's more fun for sure.
Yeah.
Gran Turismo gives me a headache.
It's more serious.
Really fun game. Gran Turismo gives me a headache because you have to do so much.
You have to use your brain.
Correct.
A lot.
Forza, you get in a Lamborghini and go.
Yes,
You're right
it's
on the
fun.
beach. It's way. But I guess that was a big debate. Like, why doesn't Forza? I don't know why.
Oh,
I don't.
You want me to
understand.
tell you why?
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, because
Is it
Sony.
it's a Microsoft property. Or it's
Yeah,
Microsoft?
because Forza is Microsoft. It's owned by Microsoft.
And they wouldn't want to make a movie out of it.
Well,
I guess because Sony has a.
That's what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
Sony made a movie about a game they owned. It was easy. It's as easy as that. Yeah.
Well, there you go. People on the internet. I didn't know
In case you're wondering how that works.
But basically, the consensus was Forza is a better video game, which
absolutely.
I don't know that I could disagree with that because I've just.
It's more fun.
And it looks so good. Like
it's
just
always
beautiful. YouTube Forza.
Yeah.
Gameplay and watch it for 11 minutes.
Right. Whenever
it is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
Whenever they talk about, actually, I think, and I always think Gran Turismo and Forza are always pretty out at the same time, right?
Gran Turismo is gorgeous too, though.
But they're always when the new consoles come out.
Those are the launch.
Those are the launch titles, and then you use those titles to show how good the consoles are, right? And Forza always looks so amazing.
Anyways, I don't know. That's why it is what it is. I think it's going to continue to be a thing. I don't know if it's going to be continue on shows or movies or what the situation is. I think video games for the most part, and again, the limited time that I've played them in my life, some of them are just so complicated and they're so in-depth and they're so detailed.
How do you even capture it all?
How can you put that into a show or a movie?
Yeah.
Gran Turismo you can. I even think The Last of Us you can. But The Last of Us, you still do so much more.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, the show, you have to make it a show that you can watch in an hour.
But The Last of Us is I think it's a 30-hour video game.
Yeah, and some of these video games get ridiculous.
In the hundreds of hours.
And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
So like, yeah, Mortal Kombat made plenty of sense to make a movie out of.
Right.
Mortal Kombat,
I know what
you
you're
don't
saying.
really do anything.
Well, and Twisted Metal for that fact,
Twisted
right?
Metal, you don't really do anything
So
in the
you
game.
you're actually trying to create story as
Correct.
opposed to the other way, which
Exactly.
is cut it down. Yeah.
So
that makes a lot of sense.
When people talk about it, oh well, make a what is wrong with me?
Oh
today?
my god.
Is there alcohol in
that's
here? Make a Grand Theft Auto movie. That would be very interesting.
Yeah.
I think it would be fun.
But a show for sure.
It would
right?
have to be a show. I don't want to
Yeah.
watch a 2-hour Grand Theft Auto movie.
Yeah.
I would watch a 12-episode, 45-minute per episode series of Grand Theft Auto. Again, super fun casting ideas.
Yeah.
What city do you do it in? So many different. Like if
Yeah.
you played Grand Theft Auto, your opportunities are endless.
Well, and there's some things that happen in Grand
so-
Theft Auto.
Yeah, and again, even Twisted Metal got a little frisky there
Yeah.
for a minute too.
That's
I
true.
was like,
That's
whoa.
true. Yeah, that's a good point.
Child's play area. What are we doing? It's crazy. But again, Grand Theft Auto, you could do that. You could easily
can go
do a
dark.
scene in a strip
Yeah.
club or shoot somebody on the street.
Right, that's what
like,
that's
we do all this stuff. We're seeing this stuff in movies all the time.
Yeah.
Like it's not a shock to
Yes,
do it.
yeah.
Is there a particular video game you'd want to see adapted
Oh,
into a movie? I'll say one, and it's gonna piss people off.
Oh my
Because
god.
I said it the other day, and I got like my
Well,
face ripped
there's
off.
always been one that I've said forever that has
yes.
been like on, off, loses a director, gains a writer, loses a writer, gains a director, and that is
Again, complex.
super complex. But another like 30-hour video game.
Yeah.
Not a long video game. It's BioShock. I
Yeah.
mean, it's always going to be BioShock. And it's kind of like that thing where I'm like, at this point, maybe leave it alone. Maybe don't touch it.
Yeah, because then you're just gonna mess it up.
Then you might mess it up. But if it did happen and we got the right writers, right directors, I wouldn't be upset that someone was giving it a shot because I
you'd
would
want a
love to
series?
see it. I want to the same thing that happened with The Last of Us is what I want for BioShock. I want HBO to handle it.
Yeah.
I want them to take on the series. I think again it's in production again right now, but yes, that's what I want.
I think now it's more of an option, more of an opportunity than ever.
Yes, I agree. The Last of Us does well.
Yeah.
Just take that, apply BioShock, put it in there.
Yeah.
I think we have a great series.
I
What's
would
the
do it.
video game that you're talking about? That's gonna piss people
So
off.
I don't want to go into it. 'cause
Okay.
Apparently, like people got really. I told a couple different people.
Okay.
Like you're gonna talk that shit to me? Never. And I'm like, Which again, I feel with some characters.
If you say Madden, I'm gonna be furious.
2K.
You're like, what are you doing?
No, it would be Red Dead Redemption.
Why? That's
I don't know.
No. Why do people mad?
Because they're so like faithful to the game, they like don't
I
want it ruined.
love Red Dead Redemption.
Can you imagine that as I feel like that would be, I guess, a series.
It's
too,
the same as
Grand Theft Auto.
Grand Theft Auto. Yeah. So you're.
But
it's
I
the
think
same-
how cool would that be? But I guess maybe the people like they're like super faithful and they're like, no, like I don't want
it
it
would be
tainted.
awesome.
But I'm like, cool, I get it because I like still never
Also-
want to see a Nightwing movie. So like, don't touch my favorite thing.
I get it for sure.
So, but maybe the masses on the internet would agree with me more. I told 3 people and they were both like, dude, don't talk to me
Also,
like that.
name me an amazing Western in the last 10 years. Go.
An amazing Western?
Go. And a Western nominated for an Academy Award.
Oh, none of them are never nominated. I mean,
They have been
I
in the
enjoyed
past,
Magnificent Seven, but the movie wasn't great. I'm like, oh, that was
it's not
pretty
great.
fun.
It's just a fun movie.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, cowboys and a little action. That was cool.
Hey,
but
but
nothing is, like,
Westerns have
award-winning.
produced award-winning.
Have you ever watched old Westerns? Like,
yeah.
those are good movies.
They're fantastic.
I'm like all
I
invested
think True
in
Grit.
them.
True Grit's probably the last one that I remember being an award-winning.
Haley Steinfeld.
Yeah,
well, I
there
don't
you go.
think she won.
She was nominated. Did what's his name win? I have to go back and probably fact check that as well. If the main actor won.
Oh no, I don't think anybody won.
No, it was just Haley Steinfeld that was nominated.
Yeah.
But still, that was a great movie.
Yeah, I am a big Western guy just because of my dad. So
Yeah.
I've seen
Oh,
all
yeah.
the old stuff, and
Yeah,
again,
for
I still
sure.
watch like every time I
Yeah.
go, like I'm like, what?
So I'm just
I've
saying.
seen this
I'm
3
just
times.
saying, Red Dead Redemption has a place.
I think it would be a good idea,
yeah,
but I do know.
I think it would be.
And then Call
It
of
would
Duty.
be really good. That's the one that's infuriating. All right, let's get out of here before I
Goodness
lose it
gracious.
on you.
Warzone out Maserati.
I'm gonna lose my. All right, let's wrap it up here with this coffee review. I think I sort of gave everyone the idea that I love this coffee. because it is the one that I brew at home on a regular basis. It's smooth. It is easy to drink black. I know there's probably not a lot of black drinkers out there, but this one doesn't need anything else. This is the Piñon coffee's just traditional coffee. It is fantastic. My favorite black coffee of them all.
Black coffee is great, but they do everything great there.
They do everything.
Do a
yes.
lot of great.
They have some amazing drinks there.
I do love the black.
But an everyday coffee, this is my.
Yeah.
I mean, this is.
Yeah, this is easy.
This is easy.
Yeah.
This is the best.
If you were trying to get somebody on coffee and that wanted to do black coffee, I'd be like, here, this is just a black regular cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Tell me what you think.
Like,
there's some other ones out there. You're
like
that are just impossible.
Starbucks.
Yeah. It's never even hot. Why isn't your guys' coffee hot?
Yeah, and why does it taste like battery acid?
Oh,
Anyway,
my goodness.
so
Piñon
this
coffee?
one is fantastic, and you're absolutely right. Even if someone's like, I always drink it with like cream and sugar, I need to cut back, I'd be like, hey, let me give you something that you don't have to add a lot of cream and sugar to.
Yeah, you can still throw a dash in there.
You can.
Yeah.
But you don't need a lot.
No.
Right? So you want to cut back?
Yeah.
Here you go. Take this one.
Very good.
Piñon's traditional coffee. Highly recommend it. Go out and grab some.
They do
Fantastic.
a Bizcochito version too, which is also a great holiday favorite.
I want to go down the line with Piñon.
They do a great holiday.
Everything
we'll,
they're doing.
We'll start with the black and
We'll do this one here, but
we'll
you're
do-
right.
might do
When
a-
Christmas comes
do a
around,
Bizcochito version.
we're gonna
Don't know what a
see some stuff.
Bizcochito is? Please Google it and find
And
out.
you'll find
'Cause
out.
It's something fantastic.
That wraps up this episode. Thank you all again for joining us. Please like, subscribe, recommend. Let us know. Let us know, because clearly we take recommendations and we absolutely watch them.
Yeah.
So
Let us know what
do
you
not
think.
hesitate. But we always appreciate it. Thank you all for coming out. And until next time.
Later.